Step into a world of magic and limitless possibilities with me, your host, Katie Soul. I'm not just your average podcaster. I'm a former Fortune 100 exec who dared to escape the rat race and embark on my own mystical journey. Together, we'll discover that a mystical life is not something you stumble upon. It's a life you consciously create. Join me as we explore inspiring stories of extraordinary souls who fearlessly pursued their dreams and unlocked their inner radiance. Welcome to my world, where magic awaits and your light shines bright. Hello and welcome to Mystical Living. I am so excited to have my dear friend Jax here with us today. Welcome, Jaclynn.
Thank you so much, Katie. I am so thrilled to be here with you.
Woohoo! This is going to be so much fun. I've been so looking forward to this. So I've been going about my morning. I did a walk in the woods and I was just thinking, oh, I cannot wait to see you and your smile and your glow. So for those who don't know Jax, she is the most multi-passionate person that I know, perhaps in the entire universe. She is the best connector, amazing collaborator. She runs this incredible group called Fyli, which some of you, if you follow me closely, know that I have been a part of for the past couple of years, and it has truly transformed my life, especially starting out on my personal entrepreneurship journey. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. But first, let me hand it over to Jax to more formally introduce herself. And Jax, can you tell us, who are you really?
Thank you so much, Katie. Again, I'm so happy to be here. Who am I? I am someone who is passionate about giving back to women, supporting women, watching female founders grow with the right resources, connections, and mentorship they need to thrive and to do incredible things in this world. I come from a fashion background, worked in fashion for almost 10 years, left to start a tech company, had a very challenging time in that transition and that journey, which led me to launch Fyli. Fyli stands for tribe in Greek and family in Latin, and we are a female founders mastermind group. So the one thing that I can say that's unique to my journey is through failure, it helped me build that resiliency to do my life's work and find my purpose path, which is to help female founders.
Amazing. I definitely want to dive in more to that failure to success, because I think many of our audience members are probably in places where they've experienced failure. I know I certainly have. And I think about those failures as my greatest gifts today. So let's dive into that as we go along today. But first, I like to start each episode, because we've all been out and about doing things, having meetings, and I want to take a minute just to drop into our hearts, take that elevator ride down from the mind and into the heart, where our divine self resides. We'll quiet that human self down. So today we're going to do a practice that I love, and I know that Jaclynn loves too. So here's what it is. We have some oracle cards today, and oracle cards are a beautiful way to tap into your heart and to pull yourself out of the worries, the concerns, the day-to-day, and just have a little minute in your day that you can drop in and feel into what is present in your life. Oracle cards are a little different than tarot cards. The deck we're using today is Heart and Soul. For those of you watching, you can see it here. It's a really beautiful deck. It's these heart-shaped cards, and they have really divine messages on them. So I'm going to pull 3 here. We'll do this one, and this one. And then I'm going to let Jaclynn pick which one to read. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Which one's
2.
speaking to you? 2?
2.
Okay, brilliant. All right, this is card 2. So you can take a deep breath and we can all enjoy in this wisdom together. Here we go. You are focusing purely on the negative, but there is also a positive side you are not seeing. Your mental attitude and thoughts can make things seem good or bad, beautiful or ugly. All is a matter of perception. What do you think? What you think you shall become. Be positive, for behind the perceived darkness, there is much love, light, and good fortune. Ooh, how is that landing for you, my friend?
You know, that definitely speaks to me. As a business owner, you have so many ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride. Some days you feel like you're on top of the world. Other days it's super hard. And I always tell myself there's a lesson. There's a reason. Things are supposed to pan out the way that they are supposed to pan out, and it's our fate. And the only thing that we can control is how we respond to things. So I do love that message because it reminds me that there is learning and there is light even in the darkness.
So beautiful and wise. So speaking about the light, I would love to know what lights you up, because I believe what lights you up lights up the world.
I love that, Katie. What lights me up is to watch women build confidence and soar in their businesses. It completely lights me up. What you've mentioned, even in the intro, that Fyli has had such a positive impact on your life and your transition. That moment sparked something in my heart. That was something that lighted me up. And I think it's important to be of service to other people. That's really what lights me up. Getting to help people, getting to watch their journey, their transitions, and watching them soar.
Beautiful. So let's talk for a minute about Fyli. I want to just briefly share how Jaclynn came into my life. So I was still working in corporate America when Jaclynn entered my sphere. And I had this meeting with Sandra Campos, who at the time was the CEO of Diane von Furstenberg. Beautiful brand. And she is an amazing human being and has a really interesting background. And I was talking to her about my desire to start something. I had always done corporate entrepreneurship, so I'd built in an entrepreneurial way within the confines of a large organization, but I always itched to do something on my own. And she said, you need to join a female mastermind. And I thought, ooh, okay, tell me more. And then she recommended 3 to me. I don't remember the other 2, but one she said is Fyli. And that was the only one I looked into. The other 2, for whatever reason, they just didn't resonate. It wasn't the right frequency, but Fyli for me was. And so I sent in an application. The next thing you know, I'm on a call with Jax and her team. And one thing led to another. They had a cohort starting really soon. I joined the first cohort that they had available and was met with these other women on these beautiful entrepreneurial journeys. And it was a profoundly transformative experience. I stayed with my cohort for 2 years. And then I transitioned to actually being an investor in Fyli. That's how much I believe in the mission and in Jax and in what she is building. So That's my Fyli story. Tell me your Fyli story. How did it all come to be? And where is it at today?
So the notion of Feely happened because it was something that we personally needed. I had a really hard time going through my transition of working in corporate into becoming a founder in a tech company with a few male partners. We had an amazing idea. We had a great product. We raised some early stage seed capital. I was responsible for our commercial partnerships. And it was really challenging for me. I had always worked in an environment where I had a team, where we had resources, where I felt like I really understood the industry. So this felt completely out of my realm. And although my partners, my current co-founders at the time were great and were supportive for me, I needed outside support. I needed other women to turn to talk about raising capital, investing schedules. And I started learning about the concept of mastermind. That term was coined in 1925 by an author named Napoleon Hill. And his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, was all about creating these small pods, these mastermind groups of experts where everyone can contribute their superpower so you can grow, expand, and build together. So that was that notion. I started attending different conferences and events. I learned about mastermind programs through Brendon Burchard and Tony Robbins, and I saw something really interesting. These groups were really expensive. They were about $25,000 a year. They were mostly men. There was not a lot of diversity, and I felt like there was a gap in the market. So at the time, I teamed up with another entrepreneur. We launched Fyli, and originally it started as a passion project because it was something that we needed. And it grew into something so much bigger than I could have thought or imagined. And it's been beautiful to watch it develop for almost 4 years now. We've launched and operated 5 cohorts. We're now on our 6th in 2023, and we're planning to launch our next one in July.
Amazing. And you support an even wider network of, I think, almost 10,000 women now.
Correct. So when we launched Fyli, there was not a membership. It was just come, learn, build, grow, develop. We call it our Friends of Fyli community, and we still offer a lot of free open programming to any female founder that needs support. We actually have a free session today happening for Startup Legal for anybody who needs extra support to join.
Oh, that's amazing. And what I love so much is that no matter where you are at on your journey, there's points of access to Fyli. And that is beautiful and incredible. And I really encourage anyone who's looking for a mastermind community to check out Fyli. I know it would be my number one recommendation for anyone who's starting a business after starting my own business, because there was so much I didn't know. And to have this group, and what's really cool that neither of us have mentioned is that when the cohorts are built out, they're really pulling from people from different industry sectors. And so that's this unique blend. Our group was, doing all sorts of different things. And yet we could come together with this commonality that we were building, and we could lean on each other for support in our various areas of expertise. And I love that so much. So Jax, you are CEO and the founder of Fyli, but you also have another business too. You are a serial entrepreneur. Tell us a little bit about Creative Duality.
Yes. So Fyli is my love and my passion, and Creative Duality is also a love and passion of mine. It's the balance and building of personal branding, using my left and my right brain together. So getting to design, getting to be creative, but building business revenue streams and strategies for founders and CEOs to become thought leaders in their fields. I launched Creative Duality 9 years ago. I'm almost on my 10th year, and I do personal personal brand building for thought leaders. So often, as founders and CEOs, we put all of our identity in our business. We're known for our business. It becomes who we are, but we are so much more than a title and just what we do for work. We are multifaceted beings. We have values. We have ways that we help serve in this world. And I help founders and creatives nurture that, translate it into digital strategies, find their voice and their tone, and put it out there in the world. And that is another huge passion of mine.
Oh, amazing. And what I love most about you, Jax, is that you have the warmest heart and you just emanate this vibration of love into every business that you're part of, every relationship you touch. Has that always been so natural for you?
That's a great question. So it has been natural for me in the sense that I really try my best to approach relationships with love and with kindness and compassion. I believe over the years as a business owner and as a founder, you learn that you cannot please everyone. Not everyone will see your true heart and understand where you're coming from, your perspectives. So it's been also a bit of a dance and a balance to say, I've always been open and giving and loving, but over the years, I've also learned my boundaries. And I've learned that I can give love, even if it's from afar, even if it's learning about a relationship that I no longer want to be in, or a client that I love, but maybe they're not the right fit for me anymore. So it's learning and developing and evolving over the years. But I always hope to fill a room with love no matter what I'm doing.
Oh, and you so do. And I love that you've set some healthy boundaries too. So you've gone through a beautiful and expansive business journey. Tell us a little bit about what your spiritual journey has been like. And was there ever a point that really pivoted you down a more spiritual path?
I have you to thank for that, Kate.
Oh,
I definitely do. Over the years, I've always considered myself a spiritual person. For me, spirituality is a little bit different, let's say, than an organized religion. I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe in divine energy. I believe in angels, guardian angels and guides that are here with us on this earth and in another realm. And over the past few years, let's say I've had some very challenging, tough times, which has made me lean into my spirituality and find that connection to a higher spirit or God, universe, however you like to call it. And I found that spirituality and connection through myself, through meditation, through journaling, through reflection, but also surrounding myself, let's say, with light workers like yourself who have taught me to open my eyes, to lift the veil, and to be open to receiving all of the beautiful blessings that there is in life.
Oh, thank you. It's been really beautiful to witness your spiritual evolution. And I would say you're all in these days, and it is so beautiful and brilliant to watch. I'm curious if you, well, not if, because you do have a magic wand. So, what are you doing with your magic wand these days?
I am dreaming bigger. I think
Yes.
that when we're running a business and things don't always go the way we want them to go, instead of wallowing in the fact that, like, why is this not working? Why am I not making the money that I want to be making? Why aren't these partnerships hitting in the way that I want? I've learned that we have to dream even bigger, that there's always a path forward, and that maybe these lessons are going to teach us something so that we wiggle, we shift, we transform into the next evolution of what we want to become. So I'm using this magic wand right now to say that I'm open to rediscovery. I'm open to miracles. I'm open to blessings, and I'm open to changing old patterns and ways that maybe haven't been working so that I can get to the next level of serving women and female founders, which is always my goal.
Hmm. So beautiful. What you focused on breaking through in 2023?
I am focused on breaking through any negativity, any limiting beliefs from ego, and focusing on bringing love and light. Sometimes that negativity weighs on you. You feel it on your shoulders, you feel it pulling you down. And I get caught up in that hamster wheel of it, which is why that card felt so relevant for me today. It's about letting that go, finding the lessons and the hardships and those failures and those tough moments, and moving forward with grace and with love. Because when we're serving, we're on the path that we need to be on, and things seem to unfold and miracles happen. It's like those guiding steps that we know that everything will be okay.
Totally. When you close your eyes and you tap into the highest version of who you are, what is she really doing? And tell us all the juiciness that you see in your future self. Like all of it. I want to know it all.
I see myself getting to help and serve founders all over the world in huge numbers. I see amazing women that come on our team to help support the work that we do. I see media components, shows, I see product being created, and I see technology that allows us to touch so many more women than we can just touch in physical human form. So I see this amplification of the support, of the resources, of the matching that's happening in a higher frequency all over the world, that it's so much more than just me, that it becomes this ecosystem of support for other women and founders.
Woo! How does that feel in your body?
Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to say it out loud.
Yes, I see it. I see it. I see it visually. As you know, I'm quite clear visual. And so when people are talking, I often see visuals emerge in my field. And I saw so many beautiful visuals emerging of you on larger stages, bigger communities. And I can't wait to be a cheerleader, a witness, and celebrate all that is coming your way, and to all of those women that you are going to touch with the work that you are birthing in the world. It is so freaking incredible, and I am beyond excited.
Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you.
I also want to talk for a minute about the power of manifestation. And I had a recent manifestation of something that Jaclynn was indirectly involved in, but actually very directly in many ways too. And so I wanted to share that story with our audience. So about a month ago, I reached out to a friend in Miami, and I asked her if she knew anybody at this store called Curio. It's at the Faina Hotel, and it's like the most amazing, beautifully curated store I have ever been in. And I spent my career in fashion, and I've been to some of the most beautiful stores all over the world. But this store in particular, it has my heart. It's so beautifully done. And I was at the stage where I was ready to start exploring wholesale opportunities for my clothing label, Love Lilette. So I reached out to this friend in Miami and I say, hey, do you know anyone who has any sort of connection at Curio? And she says, no, but that'd be fabulous. I'll keep my ears open. So what's important is I took action. And sometimes the universe responds to us in really unique ways. So fast forward a couple weeks later, and I get this email from Jaclynn, and she's writing and saying, oh, I want to connect you with these people. There's a whole bunch of people on CC, and they're doing this pop-up shop all summer long in the Hamptons. And they have this store in Miami called Curio. And I just had this moment where I just felt the magic, and the manifestations can come so quickly, and we have to be open that they might not come in the ways and through the people that we expect. So by taking action, surrendering to the universe, we can be gifted some incredible opportunities. And I am just so loving that story and so grateful for you. And it's even evolved from there to now heading to the Hamptons in about a month to speak on a panel while I'm there and bringing Love Lillette. And it's just been this beautiful manifestation. And I can't wait to give Jaclynn a huge hug and thank you for the divine connection.
Oh, Katie, you are so incredible. And I love to hear that story. This makes my heart so happy. And I know that Love Lillette will thrive in Curio. And even on that note, I know you're asking me questions, but I want to ask you a question because you are such a powerful manifester. In those days that are tough, in the days where we're caught in the loop, where we need to break out and remind ourselves that we are the creators of our life. So every thought, every word, every vision, it matters. What are your top tips on manifesting? What helps you get in that mindset? How can you do it?
Yes. Well, it's actually great timing because I'm about to launch our first course within Sun School. And it's all about why your vision board isn't your reality yet and how to really manifest your dreams. Because I think people get caught up in making this pretty vision board and putting all these things on the board that are amazing and beautiful. But what I've seen in working with clients is there's really two things that are missing. So the vision board is all about the law of attraction, right? Where, you're going to attract all these things that you want. But you first need to do two things. One, you need to get super duper crystal clear on what it is that you actually want. Not what you put on the vision board, but what you truly in your heart desire. And often there's a misalignment between the Ferrari that's on the vision board and what your heart is truly craving. So what I do is I tap in 3 different ways, and we'll do this in the course. The first is we do some inner child exploration to remember what lit you up and what lit your soul on fire as a kid, because we come in remembering a lot, and then society, the patriarchy, conformity starts to make us forget who we really are and what our true essence is. Then we explore 3 future lives. And if you were going to live 3 different lives than the lives you live today, what would they be? Those will give us some keys too. And then the third practice is we explore your human design, because it's a beautiful map into who you are and what your soul came here to do. There's a lot of other maps like gene keys or astrology that you can delve into as well. But I like to work with human design because it's simple, it's easy to understand. Through that body of work, we start to get really clear on what your purpose is. Then you can recreate a vision board and really put things that are in alignment. So that's part 1. But part 2, which is equally, if not more important, is all about the energetics. And it's all about raising your frequency. So that's when the magic of the law of resonance, or some people call it the law of vibration, can come into play. And how that works is once you're operating at a certain frequency, say you're looking for love, and you focus on yourself and becoming somebody that you love, you become the person that you want to attract, then that actual person can come into your life. And that's how the law of resonance works. So working on your own energy and frequency and vibration eventually starts just dissipating negativity from your life because you're starting to elevate to a whole nother level of consciousness as you raise up your frequency. And in doing that, you just kind of wake up and realize that negative people, places, things, events aren't really coming into your field anymore. And if they do, it's a blip and you can handle it with grace and ease. And really, your entire reality does start to shift as you raise your frequency. The only thing I tell all my clients is it takes self-responsibility. This is, I can share wisdom, I can provide accountability, but I am more of the mystical trainer. I cannot lift the metaphorical weights for my clients. And that's where it comes into each individual, taking that self-responsibility, choosing themselves, choosing to get really clear on what's in alignment, being able to let go what's not in alignment, and raising their frequency to become a vibrational match. And that's how we manifest miracles.
Oh, I love it. How long is the course?
The course is going to be 4 modules. And how we're going to structure it is it'll be running all the time so that anyone who wants to join can take the course on their own timing, self-paced. But what's really cool about this course is I'm going to be doing a live coaching call every single week so that people can drop in as they're going through the content of the course and we can troubleshoot in the moment. We can work through limiting beliefs, blocks, questions, and I'm really excited about this model, and it helps me to reach more people with my work. So by the time this episode comes out, we'll be well on our way, and I look forward to adding more courses into Sun School over time. But right now, I'm really trying to stay focused on this first course. And it's really the core formula that I used in my own life and that I use with my clients. And so it feels very proven to me and why it's an important first class to start with.
Oh, I'm so excited for you, Katie.
Yay, me too. I'll share more details when it comes out. Maybe we can do a little special something for the Fyli community too.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so pivoting back to you. I really adore the relationship that you have with your family. Can you tell me a little bit more about what makes your family dynamics work and flow even amid some big challenges?
So I'll start by saying that no family is perfect. You might see beautiful pictures and all of the great pieces of it through social media, but I have to say no family is perfect. I have a fantastic family, and it's changed and evolved over the years through separations, divorces, really hard moments. But at the end of the day, I approach all of my family relationships with love. And I do believe that family is the most important pillar and anchor in our life. We learn so much about ourselves through our parents, through our siblings, through our aunts and uncles and our cousins. A lot of our patterns and behaviors in life come through our family. So I do think it's been a journey, and it's definitely been a healing process for me to learn how to navigate those relationships as I grow and I evolve, to create healthy boundaries, to love my family, to allow them to love me no matter what. I'm very, very close to my father. I'm very, very close to my sister. My mother and I are close, and our relationship has changed over the years into something really beautiful and this great friendship that we have today. And I believe it's about being honest. It's about keeping in touch, having those consistent moments of sharing with each other. And I love my family. I feel so blessed to have such a fantastic family.
Oh, I love your family too. Okay, so here's something that's been on my mind that I'm always fascinated. You make time to take care of yourself. I see that and I witness that, and it's so beautiful. And you do a tremendous amount in the world for other people too. And you are this masterful connector. So tell me a little bit more about how do you achieve that, strike that balance between giving so much and also giving to yourself? And
Mm,
what's that journey been like for you?
that's such a great question. So I have learned over the years that if I do not take care of myself and give to myself, I cannot do that for anyone else. I was in a really challenging, life-changing position last year where I gave and I gave and I gave and I had nothing left to give. And I believe we go through those moments, those really challenging times to find lessons, right? So for me, my biggest lesson on taking care of myself so that I can give to others was creating those boundaries, was learning to say no, was protecting my energy around the people that make me feel really good. And that helps me give to everybody else. It's learning what I can give, how much I can give, and what I need to do to refill my cup so I can continue to show up and serve other people. And sometimes you need to get to the absolute breaking point in order to learn how to do that. And that was something that I went through, even personally.
Mm, so beautiful. I actually made a reel on this exact topic this morning because I skipped my 11-year-old's class book report reading, and I wanted to share with everyone why I did that. I actually went to lift weights instead. Because in June, it's the end of the year. There's so many activities of closures, programs closing, the schools are closing, friends want to get together before they go away for the summer. There's going to the art show. I mean, there's so many, for me right now, kid related activities. And as a single mama, I know that if I don't fill my cup up, and there's some things that are really non-negotiable to me, like moving my body, then I don't have anything to give for my saucer. And as much as I love and adore going to my kids' events, sometimes it's just not lighting my soul on fire. Of course, I'm excited to listen to his report, but listening to 20 other kids' reports over the course of 2 hours is not, for me, something that feels like a good energetic use of my time right now. And so I explained to him that I wasn't going. He was cool. We set a date so that he can read it to me this weekend and we can do our own little private celebration. So I am on team saying no to even to beautiful things sometimes.
We have to because if we say yes to everything and everyone, we won't have anything left for ourselves to give. So sometimes those decisions are really hard, but again, saying no and learning those boundaries, it's a huge part of self-care. It really is.
Mm. It is so critical. And I often say that our messes are magic. So sometimes those messes that got us there end up being our brightest shining stars in our life down the road. So outside of setting boundaries, are there any messes you've gone through that have really transformed into magic?
Hmm. Well, I did share a big one, which was leaving my stable corporate job to dive into this tech company, eventually failing and then leading me to do my life's work, which is to support and elevate women and to help founders and creatives build their personal identities. So that has been a huge component for me. Another one is something that I'm going through even right now. It's dealing with some business, let's say difficulties or challenges. and learning that there is a path forward. And I don't know exactly every detail of it yet, but I feel it coming. And there's so many things percolating in the air. But it goes back to what you said, being able to surrender, being able to be open to receive what's next with an open mind, because sometimes it comes in a form or from someone or in a way that we didn't even expect. It wasn't even on our radar. So I'm going through a bit of that right now. And it's been really interesting and beautiful because I'm letting go of my type A Capricorn ways
Yes,
to
you have
be
a
able
lot
to
of
receive.
Capricorn.
Yes, I'm navigating through those old, ways and beliefs so that I can receive this new energy and be open to the unexpected and the unknown. And sometimes we have to go through that mess to understand that there's something even bigger and better waiting for us.
Mm. And I think, one other thing that's coming to me too is that my shamanic astrologer, Tammy Brunk, who I have to get on the podcast too, she talks about Capricorn in the new emergent form of Capricorn, which is really about being the wise woman, being the leader of the tribe. And I share this with you because my meta goddess is in Capricorn. So a big part of my dharma is to step into that role of wise woman. And before I met Tammy, I was a little turned off from Capricorn because it felt so like rigid and structured and go, 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 go. And learning from her about this new emergent form of Capricorn really brought this unique lens to me. And I see that energy so much for you as being the wise woman, being the oracle, being the leader of the tribe. And as the leader of the tribe, it's not about controlling and structuring. It's about easing and relaxing into this natural position of power that is part of your dharma.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it.
Woo! All right, Jax. I also wanted to mention that when you were talking about your dharma, it was 11:11 on my clock. So beautiful synchronicity there too. We're not in the same time zone. So, okay. In closing, I want to see if you have any parting words that you would share to female entrepreneurs who are just starting out on their journey, or maybe they're like in the slug of it and things feel confusing or hard. Where would you recommend they turn? Of course, to Fyli, but if you just wanted to give them some wisdom, or maybe even people who are just thinking about going down the entrepreneurship path, what are your hidden gems of wisdom for anyone on or about to embark on the journey of entrepreneurship?
I would say, first of all, start with what lights your soul on fire. What you think about before you go to bed, what you think about when you wake up in the morning. That's what you're meant to do. That's your soul's work. That's your purpose path. So start there. What really lights you up and makes you happy and brings you joy. Number two, it's to build a steady foundation before you make the leap. Making the leap is one of the most challenging times of transition for any entrepreneur. And you have to have a path set in place and you have to have support as you transition into your leap. So whether that be a supportive group like a mastermind, having your family extra involved, knowing that you're going to go through that roller coaster of ups and downs, knowing that you have a little bit of savings or you have a bit of a financial footing to help you as you're making that leap. Nobody talks about this, but it's the reality of the leap of the journey that you make into entrepreneurship. And then lastly, ask for help. Do not be too proud. Ask for help. Ask for help from mentors. Ask people to be your mentors and your advisors. Ask your friends that have built businesses, learn from them. And don't be afraid to ask for what you want and what you need. Because when you're asking, then you're going to be open to receiving.
For sure. And one beautiful practice in every single cohort meeting with your mastermind and Fyli is you go through a practice where you ask for what you want, and then people on the call say, yep, I can help you there, or I can help you there, or let me find out, or let me connect you with this person. And somebody's there taking notes and documenting it all. And so when you leave that call, you have all of these people who are about to give to you, and you get to give in return to them through different ways. And it's the most beautiful exchange. It's a practice I now do in my friendship groups too. And we were just this winter, we did a little summit at a ski place I had in New Hampshire. And I made everyone go through and say, like, here's my offer and here's my ask. Here's what I can offer to all of you. And this is what I'm asking for. And it was beautiful. And we've been able to create a lot of magic between that group. And so it's a beautiful practice. I've always been a fan, and getting really cemented in the practice with Fyli has helped me be even more confident in asking for what I want. And if we don't ask, the answer is always no. So why not ask?
Yes, you have to ask.
You have to ask. All right, Jax, in our final closing, is there any practice or mantra or life motto that you want to share with the mystical living community?
I would love to share my personal mantra that I say to myself every single day for the past 6 years. It's very personal for me. I don't know if I've ever shared it out necessarily with anyone, but I'm called to share it with you. Okay. I can relax and let go. I can go with the flow. The universe always has my back.
Oh, Jax, so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your wisdom, and tell everyone where they can find you, connect with you. What are the best ways?
So you can connect with me at my email, Jaclynn, Jaclynn at Fyli, Fyli, tribe.com. Would love to hear from you. If anyone needs help, support, resources, email me. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at Jax Brennan or Instagram. And if you are called to learn more about Fyli and our cohorts and our community, please visit FyliTribe.com. Thank you so much, Katie, for having me.
Oh, it was my pleasure. And we'll put all of the ways to get in touch with Jax and Fyli in our show notes too. All right. Have a beautiful day. I'm beaming you so much love. Mwah.
Back at you, sister.
I'm grateful for your presence on this remarkable and captivating journey today. Together, we've delved into the realms of limitless possibilities and unlocked the secrets of our true selves. A mystical life is not a mere coincidence. It's a thrilling adventure that you actively shape with intention and passion. Remember, when you follow your light, you not only illuminate your own path, but you also radiate light to the world around you. The world eagerly awaits the magic you have to offer. Follow your light and let it guide you to incredible heights.